question. So what's the current situation? How many have been detained? How many have been arrested? And the fact that, does that mean that the Jammu and Kashmir police right now has credible link to hunt down the attackers involved in Pahalgam?
See, the raids are being conducted across Kashmir Valley only to hunt down those perpetrators who have carried this gruesome attack. As far as the numbers are concerned, we see in Srinagar some 63 people, their residences have been scanned and searches. Even the digital evidences have been collected from the places. Then if we go to the South Kashmir has the districts like Pulwama, then you have Shopian, Kulgam, then Avantipur, Anantnag. These are the 4 districts of the South Zone. There 175 people have been interrogated so far. So if you count 175 plus 63, it is somewhere coming around more than 260 people have been questioned.
So that's
in
the breaking
all
news.
these days. The 170 coming from the
263
Anantnag in the last 3 days. And
so you're saying over 200 have been already questioned in the last 3 days, if I'm correct. That's the breaking news now coming in.
Yes, Shravan. This is a figure that is officially there because Srinagar police has officially said that it is around 64 people they have been questioning and the searches were conducted. And this is not the normal crackdown on the terror. Normal people, in fact, the people's inconvenience was also seen, that people should not feel any inconvenience during the raid. So only those who are listed in the diaries of the Srinagar police, only those were touched. So police is going very specifically penetrating to those who have the criminal records or who are based in Srinagar with the logistics of the terror outfits. So that is the point that has been taken into account when Srinagar police carried today's raids.
Well, thank you very much, Zeerat, for getting us the latest details. The breaking news now coming in on This Is Exclusive. Over 200 have already been booked. They are all OGWs that have been booked so far. Let's now quickly move to the other big story that we're getting you tonight on This Is Exclusive. India has now begun the diplomatic strike against terror sponsor state Pakistan. And amid the escalating tensions between the two nations, India is already preparing as far as the military front is concerned. There have been multiple ceasefire violations that have taken place along the line of control in the last few days itself, what is known as speculative firing on the part of the Pakistani. Indian forces have basically retaliated, gave a befitting reply. In fact, as we speak, remember over the last few hours, last few days, there have been multiple drills that have been carried out. Indian Army has conducted 3-day-long artillery drills along the line of control to prepare for any mischievous attempt from across the border. The drills were carried out earlier. We are not putting out the details of when, where these drills have been carried out. We are just putting out the exclusive images of the drills that have been carried out earlier. Just to give you a sense of how prepared our forces are right now and why exactly in a short while from now you'll really know that Pakistan is in a complete panic mode. This is why. In the visuals, you can see heavy artillery firing drills that are being conducted in the forward areas that are close to Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. We're going to also tell you how the civilians are responding, but I want to stay with these visuals first. I'm not very sure right now if we can just play out the visuals, because I could also hear there are artillery firing that you can hear. They are for 10 seconds. Hear them out. Okay, so what you see right now on your screens, this is the drill that has been carried out earlier in the day, and this is from one of the forward location area. I'm going to play that out once again. I'm going to play this out once again for you to just get a sense of how the army is basically ensuring they're carrying out all these drills, sending across a message. This is all done with a sublime message to the Pakistanis that just be prepared. Well, in fact, now let's take you through fearing a strong retaliation from the Indian forces. What has essentially happened, Pakistan has already responded, which I'm going to play out in a short while from now. That how Pakistan is responding to these very drills that are being carried out and what's really happening on the other side. That I'm going to play out in a short while from now. But before that, take a look at how our civilians are really preparing for it. The unfortunate part is because of this what is happening in the border, the civilians are certainly having a tough time. But they say they are all prepared and that they are standing firm with the Indian Army. This is a report coming in from the international border.
हमारे को ये कहा गया कि रेंज की तरफ मत जाओ, 4 बजे तक नहीं जाएंगे हम इधर, उसके बाद जाना ही पड़ेगा इधर, क्यों लकड़ी इधर से लाते हैं हम, पानी इधर से मिलता है, घास इधर से मिलता है, पशु हमारे इधर भाग जाते हैं, क्या करें, जो मदद है हम करेंगे, जो मांग के हिसाब से मदद हम देंगे। गोलों की बातें आती रहती हैं, फोटो पड़ जाती हैं, बच्चे रोने शुरू हो जाते हैं, सोते भी नहीं है बच्चे दुआके के साथ।
Days after Pahalgam terror attack, now the border security force has downscaled the beating the retreat ceremony, wherein no celebration or any of the culture program is being allowed. Right now we are at the Indo-Pakistan border in the Octroi, where you will see that the border security force has been deployed and the security grid has been now strengthened. The BSF troops are keeping a strict vigil on each and every movement, and also this place from where the Indo-Pakistan international border is just 100 meters ahead. The Indo-Pakistan first line of defense of the India, 100-meter ahead board that you see, and now a lock has been placed at this gate because this gate leads to the zero line. But as a precautionary measure to actually decimate any attempt of the adversary Pakistan that may attempt to disrupt peace or to target the civilians, those who go for in the forward area, the border area, the zero line access has been now restricted for the civilians, and it has completely been blocked till the time we have seen the attempts or the situation de-escalates on the international border. This decision has been taken by the border security force in view of the security of the civilians that goes to the zero line, but there is nothing that the trust can be done on the Pakistani side, and that's why the decision has been taken that there will be no movement, and also downscaling the beating the retreat ceremony here at the international border.
Now let me tell you how Pakistan is responding to all of this. They are in a complete panic mode. The reason being, in the last 48 hours, there have been multiple movements that are actually taking place. In a short while from now, I'm going to tell you what's happening right at the line of control and why exactly Pakistan has suddenly started moving their army divisions. In fact, there are 2 army divisions that have already been moved. So much so, these latest images that we are going to show you is a clear indication that Pakistan is worried. Pakistan is nervous. Pakistan is completely jittery. They know that something big is going to happen. And how exactly would they really respond? Because they're not prepared at all. And that is the reason why what they've essentially been doing over the last 24 hours, a little over 24 hours actually, where they have indulged or resorted to speculative firing. They basically trying to target our Indian posts, hoping that there will be some sort of a retaliation, hoping to find out how exactly will India really respond. Yes, of course, we have responded. We have retaliated well. We have retaliated hard, strong, and ensured that the Indian posts are absolutely safe. But this has basically resulted in a situation that Pakistan is currently, what you are seeing right now on your screens, they have basically increased their deployment. In fact, 2 army divisions have been moved. Can we also put this on our breaking grid right now? The 2 army divisions of Pakistan have actually been moved to the line of control. I'm told that division number 34 of the Pakistani army has actually been moved. Right now on our screens, we're going to just stay with this. Pakistan ISI is also worried because they do not know what's going to really come right now. Let me go across to my colleague Gursimran. We'll stay full frame with these visuals coming in. Gursimran, I'm given to understand that at least 2 divisions have already moved of the Pakistani army. As far as the Navy is concerned and the Air Force is concerned, I'm not very well versed with it right now, but I can at least say this from my sources that Pakistan has already moved 2 divisions. Can you add to the information that I have with me right now in terms of the movement, and also help us describe the images that we are playing out right now for our viewers, where these visuals from and what does this indicate?
Sean, what has happened that after India's response, the diplomatic response that the India has given to the Pakistan after the Pahalgam terror attack, the Pakistan is now rattled, and they know that the India will hit back because they know what the past has been, be it 2016 Uri terror attack when India responded 10 days after the attack, or 2019 Pulwama terror attack when India responded 12 days after the attack. Now the Pakistan is in shambles. They know that their internal situation is not good. So what they are doing, that they are preparing themselves for everything that is coming, and that's why 2 divisions of the Pakistani army have been moved from the headquarters of the Pakistani army towards the line of control. This has been done as Pakistan is of the view that India will strike back Pakistan, and strike back in such a manner that Pakistan needs an additional deployment to at least safeguard themselves from the India's wrath. Second, as you mentioned, that there has been a deployment of the Pakistan when it comes to the Pakistani Air Force. There have been regular movement of the Pakistani Air Force operating from the Pakistan's Noor Khan Air Base in Rawalpindi towards the line of control and the international border area, because they want to keep an eye that what India is doing, and so does is the case of the Pakistani intelligence agency ISI, that has deployed their additional staff to the 13 Chenab Rangers area, that is in the Jammu international border, that are keeping an eye on the movement that is taking place on the Indian side. Because see, Pakistan knows that the India's top leadership has made it amply clear to them that India will track, hunt and will punish the perpetrators, backer and also the supporters and handlers of these terrorists who have carried out the Pahalgam terror attack. So Pakistan is well aware that the backers are there back in Pakistan. They want to safeguard themselves, and that's why they are keeping a surveillance on the movement of Indian side. But Indian side say that they are well aware, and a high alert has been sounded on the Indo-Pakistan international border in the Jammu region.
Well, 2 army divisions have been moved. Pak Army after the Navy, which basically carried out a failed test of the Karachi coast. Now you have the Pakistan Army not realizing what's going to really come forward, whether it's going to be a surgical strike or whether it's going to be a rerun of what happened as far as Balakot is concerned, or would it be that the entire terror infrastructure is completely dismantled, destroyed by the forces? What's going to come? And that's the reason why there was a National Security Council meeting that was actually called by the Pakistan Prime Minister. In fact, he's saying that let's have a neutral probe. Now that's how worried they are, because they now have actually pushed TRF, that's the offshoot of Lashkar, to actually withdraw the statement, saying that they did not even carry out the Pahalgam attack. So that's a clear indication of how nervous Pakistan is right now. Let me just quickly go across to my colleague Gursimran. Gursimran, it seems that the National Security Council meeting has also been called in. They are taking stock of the situation. What's really happening with the Pakistani Army chief? Because it seems after that stupid statement that he made with regards to Kashmir, the jugular vein statement that was made, he's gone completely silent. Is it because there is a lot of backlash right now in Pakistan?